I'm trying out a new device that is a tracker. Now it's working. Can't love it enough. Hello, hello, YouTube. How are you today? It is Palm Sunday, and this is my fit. This is my fit. Oh, what happened? This is my fit today. This is a Calvin Klein dress from Macy's. I love it, but I think that right now it is maybe out of stock. So, I don't know. Let's see. And I am double filming 2 cameras from TikTok as well. I don't know what I've done here, but I think it's a little bit off kilter. So bear with me as I learn about it. I am going to show my TikTokers. See, here is that camera. That is the whole thing in action. The one that follows you, see? And so, I don't know. I must be doing something wrong because it's not staying on. So, we'll see. Hello, everyone. How are you? And happy Palm Sunday. I was to church this morning. This is what I wore. I have on my beautiful gold cross necklace. I thought it was very fitting. This is the one I was telling you about, which is in my showcase there. So anyway, I'm going to show you. So after church, my husband and I went to Costco, we went to Target, we went to Walmart. So we kind of hit it all, and I'm going to give you a little lowdown of what we did. My husband, if you haven't heard or been following along or whatever, he too has been on a weight loss journey as well, and he is down, I don't remember what it is, something 75, 80 pounds, something to that effect. And so he is now getting into that next size. And so we brought him this nice little light blue shirt. Just casual, but could wear that to work on casual days or whatever. And then he needed a new bathing suit. So we got him a new Hurley bathing suit at Costco. And I kind of like this print. So that's why we went for that one. Then my son, I figured needs some new ones for the summer. And I kind of like this print. Quite honestly, I wanted this for my husband, but they didn't have a large. So since they had a medium, I think my son might need a small, I bought it for him. And then he needs some, my husband needs some new, he likes the shorts that have the pockets and all of that kind of stuff in summer. And so we got these. These are Union Bay. And I'll come back and see if I can tag those for you on YouTube. So I think you all know that we can shop in YouTube now, right? I'll come back and tell you. And then bought some probiotic apricots. I try to have 2 dried apricots a day because they are packed with potassium, and that's how I'm using them to keep my electrolytes in balance. And then my son is a big fan of these cashews. I think they're the freshest whole cashews that you can get, and they're cashews and peanut oil and sea salt. So, and then my husband decided that we needed, even though I had my pepper spray on my purse, that we needed to have some around the house because it is getting a little bit tenuous around here. And so he thought this was important for us to get. So we got that. And then, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and we like these cosmic crisps. I don't have an apple a day. Does my husband have an apple a day? My son usually has an apple a day. So we kind of partake when it's, when the spirit moves us, or I don't know what it is. So those are some of the things that we got today at Costco. But the food that we got at Costco was some meat. Now I'm going to have to put this away, so maybe I'll do that while I'm here. But we got a 2-pack of, I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm going to wait till I unravel it. It is beef bone chuck pot rib roast boneless USDA choice. $6.49 a pound, which is like a crazy deal. And so there's 1 piece and 2 pieces. So what we have learned is if you get a roast between 3 to 5 pounds, so what is this, 9 pounds? So they're probably both about 4.5 pounds, I guess. Looks like it. So that's right in the window. And you cook it in the crock pot on high from 4 to 8 hours, depending on how much time you have or how you want it to become or whatever. Literally, you take the piece of meat and you simply put it in the crock pot. You just put it in the crock pot. You sprinkle a little salt, you put the lid on, you hit high I always hit it for 4 hours, and then I decide if I want to go longer. That's it. That is the only thing. I've never heard of such a thing. My son found this recipe when, I don't know, 2 months ago, he was carnivore for the month, and it's magic. It's like so crazy good, I can't even tell you. So that has been a staple for us. Probably we make one about once a week. And then, oh, this is funny. I'll show you. I think that's it. So this is the other stuff that we bought at Costco. So I got this bag of broccoli because it's already cut. Ooh, something fell in there. Did you see that? I don't like to cut up broccoli, so we buy this cut up thing. And we just take out a handful, we put it in a pot or a pan or the microwave sometimes. Now this is the funny part. This is deli slices of Munster from Costco, and to be 100% honest, my entire life, the only type of Munster that I have eaten has been boar's head, and I would swear on any grave that boar's head is the only Munster to eat. However, I agreed to taste this after my husband bought it last month, and I was amazed that I was okay with it, that I thought it tastes pretty good. and I have actually been using it. So I would say if you have a Costco and you like Munster, give it a try. For all I know, it's white labeled by Boar's Head. I have no idea. I don't know that. I'm just saying I don't know that it tastes exactly the same, but I also don't usually get a slice that's this thick, so that's hard for me to tell. Prosciutto, if you are a carnivore person or anybody, the way that we are eating prosciutto these days is with a teaspoon of my favorite Tillamook cream cheese, and we just roll it up and voila, so simple. And then for a little bit of a berry, which I actually will have one right now as we are speaking, raspberries, blackberries. I'm gonna have one of these too. Ooh, those are good. The best blackberries I've ever had in my life were just in the past 2 weeks when I was at the Bellagio Como restaurant by the pool in Las Vegas. I had blackberries. They were the most phenomenal blackberries I've ever had. And then blueberries. Unfortunately, blueberries I cannot eat because I am allergic to them now. So those are for my husband and my son. And that's what we got as far as food goes. Oh, and I knew there was one more thing. I'll show you in a second. I did get a bag of frozen mango. Now I will sometimes, maybe about once a month, take about a half a cup of this out in the morning, let it sit out, defrost, and then have it with my meal. Although that is not a low-carb fruit in any way, it is a fruit that I can have, so I do have it occasionally. And so voila, that is what our Costco run looked like. I think I'm just gonna put, what is today's date? 13th maybe? Sure. 4.5, what do we call it? Chuck pot roast. Here's a tip that my sister-in-law taught me. You fold over the top of the bag so you don't get anything in the zipper. Isn't that a great idea? Yeah, huh? So this seems like a really big piece of meat. Ow! That seems way bigger than 4.5 pounds, but I guess not. Okay, hold on. I already have to wash my hands. I still have dishes in there. sink from earlier. Let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm not one of those people that sucks the air out, but I know that you can do that. I just try to get it out as best as I can. I likely will cook one of these tomorrow. We had one cooked 2 days ago, maybe, I guess. And so I didn't want to cook another one today. And then I think I'll put the other one in the freezer. I think we still have one from the last 2-pack in the freezer. So my husband is back to work in the office. My son is going to be home for the next 2 weeks on spring break. And so this will be good to have for him because he can just get it out of the pot and heat it up and good to go. So that is what we got. I think maybe I should put the bigger part at the bottom. I gotta tell you, I am getting more squeamish as I get older around meat. Okay, speaking of that, hold on. Ew. Are any of you watching? Are any of you watching Farmer Wants a Wife or Needs a Wife? I don't remember what it's called. Are any of you watching that? This season, this one is tough, I gotta say. And I am definitely a woman who supports women, but I gotta tell you, these gals, they are not making it look good for the rest of us, I gotta say. One of the girls who is also is not speaking well for the girls in California. She was at the farm and they were in a chicken coop, and then she all of a sudden was like, running after the chickens, trying to hold the chicken. Oh, it's so cute. And then it scares her, so she drops it, whatever. And then she's like, oh my God, is this is this what we eat when we eat chicken? You can't make that up. As I said, not a good impression for us women. Not a good impression. If you're here, throw up some likes, throw up some hearts, throw up whatever it is that you need to throw up so that I can know that you're here. Leave a comment in the chat. Thank you for the roses, appreciate that. Oh, Thank you for the heart puffs and for the goal. Thanks for achieving the goal. I appreciate that, Majid. Um, I don't even know what to say about that. Thanks for the love, because she really had me floored with that one. Okay, next. So in my family, I was raised Italian. My mother's side is Italian. And so every year at Christmas, not Christmas, at Easter, we would have a dish called pizzagena, which is basically a pie, although my mother never made a pie crust with it, so we always ate it crustless, and I thought everybody did, but come to find out that most people eat it with a crust, just not us. So thankfully, we always avoided carbs and flour as often as possible. But if you're new here, I have a disease called lipedema that creates a lot of swelling and goes along with another condition called mast cell activation, which means you kind of react to things, and your body activates in a negative way for a lot of things. And I happen to have 26 food allergies, one of which is garlic and onion, and pepper. So those three combined make it really difficult for me to eat a lot of things that are Italian. And so in this pie, you would have salami. Oh, I forgot about the salami part. You would have salami, ham, and because it's a savory pie, it's like a savory cheesecake, really. Salami, ham, and sausage. Forgot about the salami part, so I don't know what I'm going to replace that with. But then I thought, well, what if I just put in regular sausage? Now, it's not going to taste the same, but I know that I did not react to eating just regular Farmer John's classic pork sausage. So that's what I'm going to use. So I bought that when we were at Walmart today, and I bought some cacique cheese because I just happen to love it, but I don't like to keep it around because it usually creates some inflammation for me. I don't know if it's because of the saltiness of it or what, but in any case, I decided, let me just have it because I bought, I'll show you, some mostly food items is what I bought at Walmart, but I'll show you what my husband bought at Walmart too. So my husband, well, we'll get to that in a second. So what I bought is, I bought the Char. Char is a brand of gluten-free, shelf-stable products. And for years and years and years, I did not use any of their products, but for some reason in the past year, I have found a couple of their products to be really awesome, and I've never tried this one. So my family 2 nights ago ordered pizza. We still have some left. I keep seeing it, and when I see it, that means that I want some pizza. And since I saw this today, I was like, you know what? Let me just buy it. It has 2 crusts in it, and maybe I'll just put my tomato paste on there, put some mozzarella on there, some Romano cheese, and voila, I'll be good to go. I don't have any basil, otherwise I would put basil too. But maybe I'll use some of the cacique cheese because it gives It has such a nice flavor, and it melts so well. It's usually used in Latin, Hispanic cooking, like for quesadillas, or like grated on top of beans, or that kind of thing. So I bought that. They usually have these in incredible prices, and do I know what the price is? No. Then, if you were here, I don't know when it was, last week, when I made the chicken cutlets, and I used the leftover, like, end of the bag of the pork rinds as the main breading. Well, I needed some more. So they had these Mission, which are, I have to look at the ingredients. They're just pork rinds and salt. A brand that I really always looked to very favorably, I realized had other things in it, and I was really surprised to find that out. So not going to be using that brand anymore. But the Great Value, which I believe is the Walmart brand. Yeah, it is. They just have pork rinds and salt also. So we tested these out, and they look just like these. They look just like the other ones. So I think they're probably good. I'll check the comments in a couple of minutes. I just want to get through this right now. So that was Big Rind, and those were like about 50 cents less than the other brand. And let me see, are they the same amount? Oh, and they're an ounce more. Oh, so they're definitely a better value. That's why they're called Great Value. See, look at that. Let me see the pizza. Let me see if it tells us. Yeah, the pizza was $8.27 for the two. So that's like, what is that? $1 or $4.13. I mean, you can't do anything for $4.13 anymore. And then because Easter is coming up, and this does not have anything that I am allergic to. I'm not sure that I love it's made with palm oil and rapeseed lecithin, which I've never heard of till now. Rapeseed. These are like little lemon wafers, and so I thought that I would take those with me as a gluten-free dessert to our Easter dinner. And then these also as some pretzel crisps to go with us for our Easter outing. And then some mini Enjoy Life chips. These are not easy to come by. We noticed they're no longer selling them at Ralph's, and these are free of 14 allergens. And so chocolate is not easy for me to find because I'm allergic to vanilla, and vanilla is usually in chocolate. So, there's always something to navigate, always something. And so that is my haul today. And let me just get these back in here. Okay, and then my husband, keeping in the theme of that he needs to find smaller sizes, he decided to get a new pair of jeans and is trying out the boot cut of the George And so I looked the finish on them, and yeah, so we'll see how those work for him. He got a 34, which is actually funny because he usually wears a 32 in length. And what did he say? He started at either a 44 or a 46, depending on the brand. So he's gone down, 10 inches in his waist, and but for whatever reason, he feels like he needs them longer now. So it's kind of funny. But he is also in charge of Easter baskets at our church for some prizes, and so these are the ones that he found. So I hope these will be cute. I'll show you the other ones that we found at Target, but we didn't really love those because we thought maybe they were not as gender neutral as some people might like. So I'll show you those in a second. If you're here, you could throw up some hearts. I'd appreciate that. That would be really helpful. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Okay, now let me see here. I'm reading the comments on YouTube. Hello, hello. I don't look like I ever weighed over 250. Well, you know what? I weighed 404 pounds. Yes, 404 pounds in 2003 before I had my gastric bypass over 21 years ago. And I let go of 230 of those pounds over 18 months. And then kept about 90% of that off for about 15 or so years until I got diagnosed with lipedema in 2017. And then once that occurred and I started following that advice, my weight kept creeping up till I gained an additional 60 pounds that I never needed to have back. And so now, over this past year, I guess almost a year and a half now, I've been able to let go of about 65 of those pounds, and kind of back to where I was in 2017. And now, but there were health issues that crept up during that time. So I actually had to start taking some heart medications at the end of 2023 because of some prolonged atrial fibrillation. And now I'm trying to work my way out of that. So I was able to get off of one of those medications. There were three at the beginning of last week. And then I agreed with the doctor that I would do 30 minutes of cardio for the next 6 months to see if I could get off any of the other two at my 6-month appointment. So that is what my goal is. So if you see me talking daily about what day it was that I did my cardio, for right now, I'm doing walking because I know I can get out and do that in 30 minutes. I know where to go. I know what to do. I haven't incorporated anything else. I just checked with one of my gyms today about where they had a rower because I want to start doing some rowing machine. So I have that as a plan. Now I just have to get it into my schedule. Seems I can figure out how to fit the walk-in, and now I just have to figure out how to fit any of the other things in. And so, yeah, so I have definitely, and you see all of this extra, this is really what my arm looks like, but this is all the extra skin and lipedema that I have. So that is a telltale sign. Oh, yes, you missed the workouts with Karen. Yes, both of our schedules became, well, I got injured at the same time, her schedule was getting way too busy to continue with that weekly workout. And we've never picked it back up because neither of us has had time, and I haven't had the wherewithal until about now. And that big ball is outside in my yard at the moment. Oh, this is such a crazy question. So I'm going to give you all a biology, or maybe it's nutrition. I don't know. I was having Dad try those on. Yeah, look back. You'll see some pictures. There's a couple of pictures in there. Oh, I have both phones right here. Never mind. I just saw one of the pictures yesterday. Oh, God, that's funny. So good. Look at that. I was able to reach it. I didn't think that would ever happen. Here. Oh, here's a good one. And I wasn't even at my heaviest then. I probably had, I don't know. Oh, here's another one. What photo popped up on your phone? M, hi M, how are you? Tell me. Oh, where is it? Hold on. Here, I can show you a dress that I had. So that dress I just tried on last week. I was going to wear it actually to a YouTube event, and it fits. But that's not the, I was going to try and show you my smallest picture, but it's not here. Okay, wait, did I miss the answer? No. M, what was the answer? Thanks for the roses. Yeah. So that is that. Now, I do need to show you all the cutest Target haul stuff, all the Easter stuff, but maybe I have to come back for that. So I think that's what I'll do. I think I will come back with the Target stuff. And there you have it. How's everybody's weekend been? Hey. Oh, I see that. The goal. I thought somebody hit that goal earlier, but maybe it was something different. I am in my Palm Sunday outfit. This is what I wore to church today. Hey. That's a good one. I love that. Cavities. I am sweet. You're right. Good one. Good one. Right, y'all. Make sure that you, thanks for being here. Make sure that you go ahead and turn on your notifications so that you know when I'm back. And also, make sure you do a girl a solid and, jump into my posts and leave a comment, leave a like, save it, do all the things so that these algorithms know that you're out there, and so do I, because I can't know if you're out there if I don't hear from you, to be honest. And I don't happen to be the type of creator that actually looks at my like who liked my post or any of, if you are not commenting, you are a ghost to me. I don't know anything about that you have seen anything, nothing, whether it's, on any platform. So, and there are some platforms where I have the time to interact more than I do on others. And so, I asked what it was that popped up. And so that's just the honest to God truth. So you can, let your presence be known, because that's the way that, we support each other. And when you jump in and you actually have a comment that I can respond to, then I can respond to it. So just want to say, thanks so much. I appreciate that. I'd love to smile because why not? What's the harm in smiling, right? And I don't really have, most often, I don't really have reasons not to smile, so I smile. All right then. See ya. And again, thanks for joining. Bye for now. See ya.